That probably feels really good.
I'm just so relieved to be out of the context.
Yeah.
Like
Have
you
more-
said,
more
being
space.
afraid every day.
Yeah, more space to take care of you. Hi, Pam. I got your checks. I just took care of it. There should say no more. Yeah. No more. Oh, don't worry.
Right.
Hi, Carol.
Hello.
Good morning, Monica. Start. Right. Let's see. Good morning, Kelly. Morning. Do you have a strap nearby? Do you have a strap? Will you grab it for today? Perfect. Okay. Music up. All right. So let's start seated. So wherever you are, at home, if you have a block or something that you want to sit upon, you can do that. And here in space, just find a comfortable seat. And as you do that, you can bring your hands into your lap, or you can create a mudra with your hands, just being intentional on how you create your seat right here, and then allow your eyes to gently close. Or you can keep them open and just resting at a single point, like a soft gaze. And just notice your breath this morning, notice the temperature of the air, notice what you're seated upon. Maybe take a few deep cleansing breaths where you inhale through the nose and exhale out your mouth. Just making some space. Consciously unclench your back teeth, relaxing your jaw. Softening the muscles in your forehead, around the edges of your eyes. And just scanning through your body from the crown of your head down. It's really just not searching for anything inside, just being with your physical body. Just acknowledging the sensations, what you feel, what you notice. And sometimes look for what's vying for my attention. What am I ignoring or not choosing to notice? And just spending some time being with your physical body right here, with the sensations, with your thoughts, with your feelings, with whatever is right here this morning. Taking in whatever sounds you might hear. And step just a little bit taller, keeping your eyes closed. You'll gently let your chin drop towards your chest. And you can just move your chin from side to side. It's like you're trying to scrape the chin across the front of your chest. Bring the chin back to center, pause. And then gently lift your head, stacking it on the spine. Keep the eyes closed and let your left ear drop towards your left shoulder. Softening the right shoulder away from your ear. And gently lift the head, stacking it back up on top of the spine and go to the other side. Just tilting gently to the other side, noticing any tight pockets. And bring your breath and smooth out the rough edges in the body. And gently lift the head, stacking it back on top of the spine. Draw your jawbone back, lengthen the back of the neck. Take a breath. And then you'll softly open your eyes. And if you want to switch the cross of your legs here, you can switch the cross of your legs or stay as you are. We're going to be here a few more moments. You'll start with the hands today. So you're going to just spread your fingers wide and just open and close them a couple times. So we're going to just sort of warm up all the joints in our body. Just opening, closing. You can wiggle through the fingers. Good. And then make fists and slowly roll your wrists in some circles. You're just exploring the little range of motion and the joints. There might be snap, crackles, and pops. You can go the other direction, circling the other way. And then turn the palms to face up, bring the elbows in and open and close the arms. So you'll take the elbows, arms open, arms closed. Palms stay up. And then let the arms close, palms up, turn the palms down, press down. Palms up, palms down, down. Good, a couple more. Just feeling through the elbows. Nice. And then bring the fingers to the shoulders and draw some circles. This is where my sticky spots are. Yeah, good. You can do one at a time. That was nice, Monica. You can go both directions. Nice. And then bring your arms into cactus and lift them up and bring them back to cactus. Good. Or lower. 3 times. Lift up and back down. One more time. Lift up. And then cactus, stay there, rotate the palms parallel to the floor and back up. The palms come parallel, back up. One more time, parallel, back up. Bring the arms parallel, bring the elbows down and open it up. Good. Good, breathing. I start to feel some heat in my shoulders. Good, stay there, arms go straight out. And then interlace them at your back. You can take the knuckles either to the ground or down. Maybe rock a little bit. You can even move the arms away from the body or side to side. Good, and then release your arms. Bring your feet flat to the floor. And you can hold on to the shins or behind the thighs. And you'll lift up. We'll do seated cow and cat. And then tuck the chin and just gently round back. Rock forward, inhale, lift the chest, tuck the chin, exhale. Now moving through the spine, again, inhale. And exhale, round back. Inhale, come on up and stay here. And then take your hands behind you, bring your feet wider, and you're gonna take the knees from side to side. One side to the other side. We're looking at just warming up the joints before we start some weight-bearing movement. Nicely done. Good, and then you'll come back to center, stretch your legs out in front of you, and then just pad out the backs of the legs here a little bit. And then you'll start to point and flex the feet. Let's just do one at a time. Let's do right foot first, or left, doesn't matter. Point, flex. Point and flex. Good, point and flex. Keep the foot flexed and try and draw a circle with the foot. See if you can keep it flexed. It's a little tricky. Go the other direction, circling the ankle. Nice. And then switch legs. So other foot, point, flex, point, flex. Good, and then some slow circles, exploring the ankle. Boy, my feet are so different. I had no idea my right ankle is so different from my left. Okay, then both. You can circle or point or flex, or just kind of wiggle it around. Nice, and then take your legs and slide them out wide. And you're gonna bring your hands together like you're holding, like we're gonna be witches cauldrons right now. Draw some big circles like you're stirring a pot. Big circles. Press the backs of the thighs down. I know it's not quite traditional yoga yet, but we're warming up the body in some new ways. Very good. And then go the other direction, just some big circles or small circles if that feels better. Good. And then bring your hands to your hips and you'll lean forward and come back up to center. So just a little pulse forward and up. 2 more, just forward lean and up. Last one. Come on up, good job. Bring your hands under your knees, bring the legs together, and you'll come forward onto hands and knees for tabletop. So if we can go sideways or across the ankles into tabletop. And then moving through some cow and cat stretches, dropping the belly, the chest, look up, and go the opposite. And then putting the breath in, you can inhale into cow and exhale into cat. Or it can be the opposite if that feels better in your body. So I like the idea of moving with your intuition, listening to your body. Good. And then as you're moving, you might lean slightly forward into the hands. And then lean slightly back. You can even tuck the toes if you want, or point them slightly forward and slightly back, getting into the wrists. And then come to neutral and take your right arm up towards the ceiling. We'll thread the needle and you'll take the right hand behind the left wrist, come down onto the side of the shoulder and head. And the left hand can walk overhead, reaching towards the front of your mat, or the palm can stay where it was. Feel the breath sliding down the back of the right shoulder and shoulder blade. And bring the left hand back beside your face, press down, come up to tabletop, pause, and then switch sides. Left arm opens. Slide it behind the right wrist, coming onto the side of the head and shoulder. Right arm can go overhead or stay. Bring the right hand back beside your face, press down, come on and back up to tabletop. Take your hands forward about 1 hand length. Let's press the hips forward right here. We're gonna do a little bit of tricep work. So you'll bend the elbows, you'll lower and lift, and it can be a small movement or it can be a big movement. Yeah, bending the elbows and press back up. Good, 3 more. Elbows squeeze in towards the sides of the body. Nice job. And after the last one, you'll press back to child's pose. You can bring your big toes to touch, knees apart, and bring the hips back towards the heels. Forehead can rest. Take a breath. Empty it out. Do that again, coming back up to tabletop. And you can stay in more of a tabletop position and bend the elbows down and up, or lean forward a little more weight bearing. And we'll take 5 more of those. Bend the elbows, come down, hover, press back up. It can be a small movement, or it can be a little bit bigger. Nice, Monica, just like that. Squeeze the elbows in slightly. Good, Kathy, really press into the palms. Good, Carol. Very nice. And then when you're ready, you'll press back to child's pose. Good job. Breathing. Good. You'll take 1 more breath. And then come on up to hands and knees to tabletop and press back to downward dog. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, press into downward facing dog. Downward dog, you can pedal it out or bend one knee at a time. Relax into the back of the neck. Breathe into the sides of the body, breathe into the backs of the legs. Try to spread the toes out on the floor, intention and energy into the pinky toe side of the legs. Nice, Kim.
They're not budging.
I see movement. And then from there, you'll just walk your feet towards your hands, walking up into a forward fold. You can take ragdoll, holding onto your elbow points, or the hands can rest at the floor, or maybe interlace behind the neck. Again, just noticing your feet, maybe spreading the bones of the feet out onto the earth. Release the hands to the ground if they aren't there already. You'll keep the feet hip width, bend your knees, bring your forearms to your thighs. So it's like a modified chair pose, forearms on thighs. Perfect. And then you'll keep the left arm where it is, twist open to the right and straighten the right leg. That outer hip, mid back area, rotation. And then switch, you'll bend the knees, rest the right forearm, twist to the left, straighten the left leg. A little asymmetrical twisting action. Good, Kelly. And then bring both forearms to your thighs again, pause. And then bring your hands to your hips right here with a nice straight spine, come up to stand. That hip hinge. Good job. Take a breath in, reach the arms up. Or take the shirt off and then bring your hands to your heart and arms down by your side, and you'll grab your strap or your towel if you have a towel. Perfect, Kathy. Okay, so you'll take your strap and you're going to stretch it out probably wider than shoulder width distance, and it can get even wider if you want. This is some shoulder work. You'll get rooted through the legs, a soft bend in the knees, and then take the arms up and just go back a little till you feel that sticky spot. And then bring it back around to the front and back down. And when you come down, you can keep it taut or you can let there be slack. It's up to you. And we'll do that a couple times. So come up to the top, go back and maybe even a little farther back, and then bring it back up and down. You can keep it taut, which keeps a little force in the muscles, or relaxed. And then again, come up, nice use of towels. And you can even go all the way down. Maybe the shoulders allow. Yeah, the sticky spots. And then bring it back up and down the front. Good, one more time. So keep that towel or strap nice and taut. Either come to the top and pause, finding that first sticky spot, or moving through. And come on back and down the front. How's that feeling? Interesting, right? Okay, so this next one, same idea, but a little different. So you'll come to the top, so get it nice and taut. So come on up to the top. And then right here, you bring your right arm by the right ear. I'm gonna have to go sideways this way. And the left arm goes back behind you. So you're making like an L. There you go. Yeah, perfect. And try to extend through the wrists, soften the tops of the shoulders, pull the front ribs in. Good, and then come back up to the top and switch. Left arm comes in, right arm goes back. And the weight of the right arm is starting to open up that left side. And then you can try to press up through the wrists so the wrists aren't bending too deeply. Yes, good, good, good. Breathe. Come back up to the top. Pull the strap apart. Take it back to that first sticky spot again. And then bring it all the way around to the front. Let there be slack. You can put the strap in one hand, draw some circles with the shoulders. Maybe one at a time, just nice, easy movement. Good, and then set the strap down. To move with breath here, come on up towards the front of your space and inhale, sweep your arms up. And exhale, bow forward. It's okay to bend the knees, drop the weight of your head. Halfway lift, you can bring your fingers to the floor, hands to shins. Exhale, forward fold. Just a half sun salute here. Inhale, rise to the top. Sweep the arms up overhead. And do it again. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bow. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise. Reaching all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. We'll add on this time. Inhale, lift halfway. And then step your right foot to the back of your mat. And set the right knee carefully to the ground. Yeah. And then right here, just pull the hips back. You can flex the front foot or use blocks under the hands. Nice, Pam. I sometimes will move my leg right to left, like a windshield wiper, which for me gets a little deeper into the hamstring. Pull the toes up towards the ceiling. Yeah, a little tight, it's been a while. Let's see. Okay, point the toes, rock it forward, and then you'll step back to downward dog. So plant the palms in that left leg to the right. And wave your body forward into a high plank. Set the knees to the mat, bend the elbows, lower all the way down onto your belly. And then point your toes behind you. Bring your fingertips out to the wood floor and elbows to the ceiling. The little spider hands. It's a nice wrist strengthener here. And then you press down to come on up. Cobra. Yeah, and keep your pelvis on the mat, Linda, and then lower down. So it's more about the spine. And you don't have to go as high as I am. It can be lower. Do that again. Rise up. And then lower down. So you're getting that strengthening of the back body and stretch of the front. One more time. Come on up. Pin the shoulders towards your back. And then lower down. You'll slide the hands back under the shoulders and press back up to tabletop. And then tuck the toes for downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up and back behind you, and it could be from tabletop or downward dog. Step the right foot forward to the hands. Step the left foot forward to meet the right, or walk up to the front of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Good, forward fold, bow, exhale. Extended mountain, come all the way up. Keep the arms up. One more time through, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And then step your left foot to the back. You're gonna lunge, set the knee carefully down, point the toes, pull the hips back and flex that left foot. And you can adjust where the heel is if you need to. Pull the toes up and maybe move the leg right to left. A windshield wiper. I heard that described as flossing through the muscles. Feeling into that space behind the leg. Good job. Point the toes, come forward, tuck the back toes under, downward facing dog or tabletop. Wave your body forward into a high plank. You can set the knees down or not. Lower your body down onto the mat. We're slow. Let's do those 3 cobras again. Point the toes, fingertips to the wood floor if you like that. If not, that's fine too. Hands can be flat. Come on up. and lower down. So pinning the lower body to the mat. Slowly rise up. Slowly lower down. Good. Last one, rise up. And lower down, bring your hands back under the shoulders, press back up to tabletop or plank, and back to downward dog or child's pose is fine. Lift your left leg up and back. And then step your left foot forward and step your right foot to meet the left or walk to the front. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Bend both your knees, chair pose. So drop the hips down, the arms up by the ear. Good job, nice. Shaking is good. Holding some strength in the legs. Nice, Kathy. If you can straighten the elbows, reach to the fingertips and breathe. And a little more weight in the heels. Yes. And then stand up, straighten the legs, reach up high. Bring your hands to your heart. And then bring the arms down by your sides. Bring your feet a little bit wider apart for a moment. You'll just take a twist, easy twist side to side. Let the arms just dangle. Really relaxing the shoulders. Good, and then bring it back to center. And you can walk your feet closer together and sweep the arms out or up. We'll come into eagle pose. So the right arm goes underneath the left. And then you'll bend the knees. And you can either just lift to the ball of the right foot or stack the right leg over the left. So you choose. It might just be you're on the toe. Very good. Nice job. Feeling into the center line of your body. And then release that. Go mountain pose, arms down. And then extended mountain, reach out. And left arm goes under the right. Left leg goes over. So bending the knees, you're in chair squat. And left leg goes over. Maybe the big toes on the floor for support. Good, Carol. Nice, Kelly. Finding that center line. Good, Monica. You can press the pinky toe of the left foot in towards the right calf if the foot's up. And then release, coming back to mountain pose. So bring your left hand to your left hip here and standing leg raise. You'll lift the right knee, catch it. If you want to be near a wall or a bar, you're welcome to hold on to something or couch or chair. And then open the right leg out to the right. Press a little deeper into your left foot. Bring it back to center. Good, set the right foot down next to the left. Right hand to right hip. You'll lift the left knee, catch the foot. Opening it to the left as you're ready. Balance is really about finding your center. Not trying too hard. It's a perfect balance of effort and ease. Bring it back to center, set the left foot next to the right, and then tree pose. Bring the right foot to the left leg for tree, and you can just set it, or you can help it. And then you bring your hands together. And then maybe grow your branches, arms can come up or out. Cactus arms are nice sometimes. Good, and then set it down. Go ahead and switch to the other leg. Bring the left foot up to the right leg. Hands to your heart and not letting your jaw do the holding of the pose. Relax the muscles in your face. That's it. And bring both feet back to the ground, arms down by your side. And then come back onto your mat and step your feet, let's say where are you? Step your left foot back. Turn your feet to parallel here. And then you'll turn your right toes to face right, hands on the hips, just bend and straighten the right knee 3 times. Just moving in and out, imagining that knees on track with the toes. So just moving straight ahead. And then bend the knee and just hold it there. So right toes forward, good. And then float the arms up and maybe even turn the palms up, which releases the tops of the shoulders slightly. Breathe right here. Just some slow, deep breath. Good job. And then straighten the right leg, relax the arms. Turn the right toes in, turn the left toes out to face the back of the mat. Hands on your hips, bend and straighten that left knee 3 or 4 times. Just moving in and out. And the next time you bend the knee, pause, float the arms out. And that's imagining you're holding that strap and pulling it taut with the arms. You can turn the palms up to release the tops of the shoulders slightly. Good, and relax the jaw and breathe. And go ahead and straighten the left leg, relax the arms. Turn the left toes in, turn the right toes out again. This time it's triangle. So hands on your hips, press your hips to the left. So hinging over the right leg, and then slide the right hand down, maybe to a block, maybe the shin or the floor, and the left arm reaches up towards the ceiling. So keep your eyes somewhere steady. Stay grounded and present through both feet, spreading your toes out on the mat. Lengthen the tailbone area, pull the pit of the belly in, feel your center. And then allow the left arm to gently pull you up. You can bend the right knee a little bit. Switch sides, turn the right toes in, turn the left toes out. Hands on the hips. Press your hips right, hinge to the left, let the left hand come to the shin or block or floor, and right arm reach up. Yes, good. Stay present through the feet. Stay present here. Notice if your thoughts are wandering. My teacher has a saying, you're either now here or you're nowhere, lost in thought. So stay here. Bend the left knee slightly, let the right arm pull you to stand. Turn your feet to parallel, hands on your hips, lift up into the chest and hinge forward. That wide leg forward fold or prasrita. Bring your hands down to the earth. You can move side to side or bend your knees. Shake out your head. Good, and then from here, you'll lift to a flat back, bring your hands to your hips, come on up to stand, turn your right toes back to the front and step back up to your front foot. Good, mountain pose. And on your inhale, you'll reach up, extended mountain. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, step back, high plank or tabletop. And then lower yourself all the way down onto your belly. And right here, you'll just make a pillow out of your hands and bend the knees and just windshield wipe your legs side to side. Set your feet back down to the mat. You'll come up onto your forearms for Sphinx pose, for propping yourself up. And then you can stay here, eyes open or eyes closed. Be here about 1 minute. I like to press my pubic bone down and try to pull my low belly away from the floor, which keeps the back long versus overly arching and lengthening through the tailbone area. Squeeze the glutes, so strengthening the back body, strengthening all those back muscles. Lengthen the rib cage forward another inch or so, creating some traction and space. And then you'll release down slowly, and you can make a pillow out of the arms again. Rest your forehead, relax. And then today we're going to try for a quad stretch. So you can either stay where you just were in Sphinx, or you come up into Sphinx pose and bring the left forearm across the mat, bending the right knee and catch the foot. And then you'll start to squeeze the heel in, which gets a bigger quad stretch. And the more you pull the low belly up off the floor, the bigger the stretch gets. Yeah. That's good though. It's not a good spot to be. So yeah, the more you press the pubic bone down and pull the low belly up, the bigger the stretch. Good job. Breathe. You're doing something next door today. I don't know. Okay, gently let that go, and you'll just come down and rest. And you have a strap, so if you can't catch the foot, you can use the strap too. So I like to come all the way down here. You can even bring your forehead to the floor and arms straight out in front, which is really lengthening for the whole body and very grounding. It's like, oh, so grounding. Sometimes there's nothing better than just laying on the floor. Okay, come on up to the forearms again. We'll try the other side. So the right forearm goes across the body, bend the left knee, catch the foot if you can, or use the strap if you need. Every side's a little different. Good job, Linda. This side's a little tighter. And get that pelvis down. Press the pelvis down. Lift the low belly up if you can. Start to squeeze the heel in if it allows, the foot allows, the leg or knee allows. Breathing, imagine that telescoping sensation, rib cage moving forward. Directing the breath to where you need it most. Good, Kelly. Nice, Monica. Yes, Pam. Try to lift up out of the shoulders a tiny bit. Yes. And then slowly release. And if you can, walk the arms out, set the forehead down, and just be here. Good, and then from here, you'll bring the hands back underneath the shoulders and carefully press yourself back to child's pose, so to tabletop. Knees can come apart, big toes touch. Press the hips back towards the heels. Arms can stretch in front of you, maybe even moving a little bit side to side through the pelvis. And then gently roll yourself up. You're gonna come to a seat in the middle of your mat. So bring your legs around to the front, feet flat to the floor, arms behind you, fingers face backwards. And then this is a hip stretch. So I like to get into this. I lift the hips and cross the right ankle over the left thigh and then lower it back down. Good, and if it's tough on the wrists, you can lay on your back for a reclined pigeon. If you don't feel much, you want more, Pam, see if you can bring your ankle over the thigh instead of yes, right there. And so if you want more, ways to get there is sliding the hips closer to the front heel and walking the hands closer to the hips. It's a little more intense. And then with your hands behind you, you want to press into the fingertips. So the wrists are a little bit light and you're integrating and opening through the forearms a bit. Feel that? And you want to lift your head up out of the shoulders so you're not a turtle. And just take some deep breaths. Perfect song. We're all trying to do is keep our head above water. There's a song playing here. It says, keep your head above water and don't forget to breathe. It's perfect. Sometimes all you can do. Okay, so from here, you'll straighten the bottom leg and then you'll bring the right foot to the floor. So we'll take a twist here and you can either just hug the knee in or twist to the right. And the elbow can go around the knee or outside the knee. Want a little more leverage. I love that. Like lifting up into the crown of the head, evolving. And slowly unwind. Now stay here. You're going to bring this right knee down on top of the left. So it's knee to knee. Yes. Now this one's about the bottom leg. You can flex the foot. If you have a strap and can reach it, you'll put it around the foot and then start to lean forward. So it goes around the ball of the foot. You can reach it, pull the toes back, and then a tiny lean for me. Some of you may be able to bring your forehead to your knee. Maybe not. You would feel this. So this is like your top leg acts like a sandbag to hold the other leg down. So it can be a little bit more intense than a normal seated forward fold. Nice, Linda. How's that feel? I'm feeling okay. Is it too much? Okay. And then just breathing. Slowly release. You can set the strap to the side, but keep it close for the other side. Take both legs out and just let them move in and out a few times. And then we have that hip stretch. So hands behind you, fingers face backwards, bend the knees, pick the hips up, left ankle over right thigh. Flex the foot, move as close as you can, that's comfortably to the front heel. Walk your hands in. Breathe into that left hip. Pressing the fingertips into the mat. Clench your back teeth. roll the ankle around. I'm adding a few rolls here. You know, lately I've been feeling that the joints are a key. Sometimes moving the joints to their ranges is a key to unlocking the muscles, moving from the joints and tendons, bringing blood flow, awareness. For a lot of years, I would hold my joints very still in poses. Now I'm kind of moving things around, constantly learning. Our bodies are such a mystery in so many ways. Finding the ways in. Okay, so from here, you'll straighten the bottom leg and then take your twist. So foot flat, this time you revolve to the left. And you can hug the knee. Yeah, good. So twisting towards the bent knee, or you can hook the elbow to the outside of the thigh. Try to sit up nice and tall. Maybe notice where the jaw is and slightly pull the chin back, lengthen the back of the neck, and then try to revolve more through the rib cage. Good, and slowly unwind. And we have that sandbag hamstring stretch. So it's called knee pile or half cow face pose. Funny names. But bring the knees on top of each other. Maybe hook the strap around the ball of the right foot. You can sit up tall here. That might be enough. Or you can bend the elbows and lean. Ooh. Holy moly. I see where I've been avoiding areas of my body. This is one. Hamstrings we tend to avoid. I was just thinking, I had a teacher many, many years ago, and she said that the hips and lower body are representative of how we're walking through our life, our path. And often it shows up when we've taken a step off or paused and aren't really in that true momentum, and it shows up in our lower body. And the this side, well, for me, my left side, it's the feminine side, it's the self-care side. The right side is more the masculine dominant out in the world. And I know for me on this side, it's way more, I don't take the time for myself. Feel it right here. That right side is for others and out in the world. The right leg where you guys are. So if you notice a difference, sometimes it's that, like the path you're walking on the inside and the outside, they don't always match. Okay, release that. And set the strap down, take both legs out, add a little movement. And then you're going to bring the feet together, knees apart. So our Baddha Konasana forward fold. And it can be as close as you want. Feet can be super close with the lean. It's a different feeling than feet far apart from the body and forward fold. You choose what feels right in your body right now. And if you have a block or props or something where you can rest your forehead on your feet or make a pillow, that's a nice way to be here. If you can't, that's okay too. So we're going to hold it for just a little bit, so you'll have time to kind of work through some of the layers. About 5 or 6 more breaths. And then from here, you'll slowly come up. Probably wasn't 5 breaths, but close. Bring the knees together. And then we're gonna come down onto our backs. And before you do, so you're gonna come down for hips on a block, an inversion of your choice. Hips on a block, and if you don't have blocks, you might turn your mat towards the wall and use the bar to put your legs upon. So you can get closer to the bar. And the mat can face the wall fine. And then you lay down, and if your feet reach, you let them rest on the bar or under the bar, just feet to the wall. So Linda, you're probably like me and have to be under the bar, or it's too high for me. But you can get as close as you want. You can get your hips right up against the wall. And if you're at home, you can do this against a wall too. Or you can set your hips on a block or take a shoulder stand, or happy baby is another nice place right here too. If that bar feels too high, Linda, you can just set your feet on the wall underneath. Okay, good. Yeah, it's a nice hamstring stretch. How's that feel, Kim? Just gonna stay right here and breathe. Yeah, happy baby, or legs up somehow. Nice, Monica, relax that. Hands, arms, shoulders, soften the face and jaw. Soften the belly. Just, your fingers are gripping, try to really relax through the fingers. Nice, Kathy, cactus arms, great idea. Taking some nice, smooth, easy breaths here. And if you'd like to stay here for Shavasana, you're welcome to. If you'd like to stretch your legs out for Shavasana, you can. If you're at the wall, you can stay, or you can even bring your feet together like Baddha Konasana, or legs out wide. It's one of my favorite places at the wall to be. Or yeah, whatever, finding your way into your resting pose this morning. Take several cleansing breaths. Just begin to bring your awareness back to your breath, your physical body, space you're in. Using your senses, you can wiggle your fingers and toes. Listen to sounds. Bend your knees and you'll carefully roll to a comfortable side. And gently press yourself up to a seated posture. You can close your eyes once you arrive there. Just take a moment to notice. Notice the quality of your thoughts, your breath, how you feel. Touch the palms of your hands together and bring your thumbs to your heart space. Lift your thumbs up to your forehead center. You have a beautiful day. Namaste. Thank you.